you. Fully Baked Radio. Get your drinks off the table, boys.
Oh,
girls.
This is a sanctuary. Not a bar. It's a sanctuary.
What do you think this says here, eh? Eh? What's the matter with you?
Fully Baked Radio.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Fully Baked Radio on fullybakedradio.com. Yo, Flip, get over here. Aren't you supposed to be doing this copy? It's Flip Marley, Vanessa Maria, the NJ Weedman, Cannabis King, Barini.
How do you get a bunch of stoners over to the show? Start the show.
You got your papers.
Flip Marley needs to sit where Eric is, though, because otherwise I can't see Flip.
Yeah, we got to see Flippy. Anybody know where NJ Weedman is? Stoner time.
He's out buying fruit.
Fruit, huh? Yeah, last time he was buying cases of fruit, there's something else in those cases. You just have to read the story.
What's up, boys and girls?
Ladies, gentlemen.
Welcome to another fun week.
What's up, guys?
There you go.
We're broadcasting live from the Liberty Bell Temple in Trenton. So if you are in the Jersey area and you want to come check out our show and join our live studio audience, come down to 322 East State Street, right across the street from City Hall. Check us out at Weedman's Joint in the Liberty Bell Temple. We're Fully Baked Radio broadcast live every Monday from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you'd like to join the conversation, hit us up online. You can contact us on our Facebook or Twitter at Fully Baked Radio. And you can also visit our website, www.fullybakedradio.com. So what's up, guys? Did you guys have a good weekend?
Great weekend.
Always.
Always. You're with Sweetie. I was working.
I was chilling with my sweetie.
I was here over the weekend. There was a nice little party going here. Stoner Saturdays. How can you miss out?
Stoner Saturdays. What time was it kicking till?
You know, I left early. That's the thing about stoners is, you know, like 12 o'clock's like late if you've been smoking all day and eating food, which is what we were doing. So, you know, by midnight I was like already home. But yeah, there was people hanging out, you know. It's cool. It's nice to see this place do well and see that it's attracting stoners from every corner of the state. Right? If you have visited here and reps for the stoner community, you know, shout out to you. Keep them coming. This is like our HQ now. We have like a little East Coast capital for stonerdom.
Power base.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we have an event on August 1st. It is a weed and greet. So for all you stoners out there, we're having a barbecue here at the Liberty Bell Temple and the Joint. So come on through. We're going to talk about how to strategize to legalize cannabis. What else? While smoking cannabis, hopefully. And stuff in our face with barbecue food. What more do you need? We'll have some good music and all that good stuff.
Amen to that. What do you mean hopefully smoking weed too? There's going to be weed smoking going down here.
Yes, definitely.
Hello. So, I'm just trying to see. Okay, blah, 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 blah. All right, good.
So, there's a few more events coming up. There's the Boston Freedom Rally. Are you guys going to the Boston Freedom Rally?
I don't know what that is. Is that the Hemp Fest? Or is this like...
Well, there's also the Seattle Hemp Fest, which is coming up. There is like a whole summer event. So in Philly, there's Hemp Heals on the 31st.
Hemp Heals.
Then we have in August, I believe it's the 14th through the 16th, the Seattle Hemp Fest. And then in September, we have the Boston Freedom Rally, which I also believe is like the second week. And then in October, we're going to come back to Trenton and, you know, give Chris Christie some hell. So We have a pretty full schedule. Don't say stoners are lazy. We're not.
No.
How do you do all this? Oh my God.
Easy. You just go there and get stoned. Then you just get more stoned. And then more stoned. Then it's like, okay, where are we going next? We're going to Maine. Okay.
Okay.
Secret beast.
Stoned in Maine.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to travel with Weedman to Seattle and film him the entire time. I'm getting in because I'm his quote-unquote photographer. And I'm basically going to follow Ed and see, this rock star pop celebrity treatment that he gets and document it all. He says people just give him free stuff the whole time. So I'm definitely getting in on that.
Don't talk if you don't have a mic. Thank you.
William, what do you
William, we have a great idea. Come to the mic,
all right,
buddy.
Come here, William. Please have a seat over here, please. We got to talk to you real quick.
See, because, rumor has it, President Obama, he put the flags half-mast for Whitney Houston, but these soldiers that just died this weekend, he didn't do that for them.
Nope.
So somehow we got to have your flags, we're going to have to, hit a button, and they go half-mast.
Make it happen.
Okay?
Make it happen, Bill.
All right?
I'll work on the R&D.
Now we're talking. Don't you think that's a great idea?
Yes, I do.
Being the owner of that company?
And I thought I had ran through the fields in my mind, and I was sitting there thinking I had to make it out of plastic.
You got fields in your mind?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
You don't?
No, I just got air.
Sorry.
No, every time a patient dies, it goes half-mast, too.
Or a freedom fighter. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Anything.
You just pretty much have
Anything.
to keep it at half-mast because
There you go.
Or
there's
just make
so
one.
many
Or
crappy
just
things
make one that
happening.
way.
There's your
You know what
flag
I mean?
right there. Thank you.
Just make one that way.
Sad
In
as
the
it
meantime, I have to work on my label machine.
Okay.
Thank you.
is. All right.
Thank you.
Before you go,
Finally, a flag that's not so controversial, right? We've been hearing
Yeah.
these
Can you make
flags
that a
in
rainbow?
the news all week.
Rainbow color?
Pardon me?
Could you make that a rainbow color?
yeah.
Just one. Just one.
Instead of the white stripes, it
for
should
what
be
that
rainbow.
would cost?
Give me some markers. I'll color in the stripes right now.
Really?
Make them
How hard could that
Roy
hard
G.
could that
Biv,
be?
right? Red, orange, yellow, green.
That's some little
blue,
5-year-old
indigo.
China. No, that's right. They're not made in China. They made them.
We can get that. We can get that. Bring over a couple containers.
There you go.
Piece of cake.
Now we're talking.
And it puts Americans out of work.
What?
But you know that.
Buzzkill over here.
Are your flags made in China?
No, they're made in Pottstown.
Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
All right.
Town, Pennsylvania.
That's awesome. Just checking because a lot of those flags are
I
made
want,
in China.
I want everybody to check. Check the premium quality. That is nylon.
So,
This is not polyester.
where do you get these
How do we
flags?
know? How do we know that they're not polyester? How do we know that it's not made in America? Where's the sign?
Oh,
Where's the
please.
label?
Oh, please.
You could be lying to us.
So, Bill, what's your website? Where do you get these flags from?
Medical-freedom.com.
Thank you.
No, Bill, you say it. Come on, man. I like when you do it.
Come on, we're giving you a plug.
Medical-freedom.com.
No, it's not hyphen.
State of Compassion flags.
Soon to be
Percentage of all sales go to
Cannabis
patients with PTSD.
Maybe we could actually get them on the qualification list.
Yes, we
I can't
definitely
believe they just got. Are we
support.
going to talk about that today? About Colorado, how they dissed.
Yeah, we have a bunch of cannabis news, Well, that one's kind of sad. We'll leave that one for the middle, but I'll start up with something that's a little more lighthearted. For the first year, this year, the DC State Fair is going to have a Best Bud competition. So people now can legally enter their, their best cured plant and submit it for competition. And each submitted marijuana plant will be judged based on 4 categories. Appearance. Is it well manicured? Does it have trichromes, the sparkling crystals? Odor. What does it smell like? Does it smell sweet, spicy, dank, funky? Touch. Is it sticky? Does the stem snap or bend? And then they want to know how they actually grew it. Did they grow it organically? Did they use artificial light? You know, was it grown hydroponically or in soil, indoor, outdoor? So people just get to submit one small bud into a mason jar, and then they're getting judged just on that. So I think that's pretty cool. I really would love to see something like that in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. You know, we have state fairs here. You got to look to the future.
It's
One
like Cannabis
day,
Cup.
you know, we'll be going there. I mean, yes, there's cannabis cups, but this is like legal. This is like at the county fair with children. You know what I mean? So this is a big deal, I think, for the East Coast to have to show that like it is a plant. You know, they're growing it. It's like not like OxyContin or some like chemically produced pharmaceutical.
It's open source medicine. Thank you,
Yes.
Garen Angel.
Yes, open
Yes.
source medicine.
All natural.
That was the greatest thing I ever heard when he said that. Open source medicine. I've never heard that before. And that blew my friggin' mind.
We can't steal that and say we did it.
I think we should quickly trademark that quickly. Hey, Bill, get our lawyer on the phone quickly. Let's trademark that. I want
Yeah.
$1. Every time someone says that, I want $1.
Now we want to talk to him.
Yeah, we'll talk to your lawyer now. Our lawyer. My lawyer. Frank Taney. Frank Taney. What's his website? I don't even know his website. I'm so horrible with that. He's got a website. He's a good lawyer.
Oh, don't you just tempted him?
TaneyLegal.com.
All right, we should probably go to our first break and come back with our second segment. But keep it locked here, fullybakedradio.com. We're broadcasting live from the Liberty Bell Temple in Trenton till 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you hit us up on Facebook or Twitter at Fully Baked Radio.
Jesus Christ had drift, so shake it. Jesus Christ had drift. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. Shake them trees. Shake them trees.
There's a village hidden deep in the valley, among the pine trees half forlorn. And there on a sunny morning, little Jimmy Brown was born.
Shake them trees. Shake them trees. Tell me when to shake them trees. Jesus Christ had drift, so shake them. Jesus Christ had drift. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. Shake them trees. Shake them trees. Tell me when to shake them trees. Jesus Christ had drift, so shake them. Jesus Christ had drift. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. Shake them trees. Shake them trees.
There's a village hidden deep in the valley, among the pine trees half forlorn. And there on a sunny morning, little Jimmy Brown was born. There's a village hidden deep in the valley, among the pine trees half forlorn. And there on a sunny morning, little Jimmy Brown was born.
Shake them dreads, 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 shake them
This is why I'm hot. I don't gotta rap.
Welcome back to Fully Baked Radio. Now here getting high with Flip Marley, Lefty Grimes, Cannabis King Barini, the lovely Vanessa Maria, and introducing one of our new hosts, Mr. IZ from Trenton. He's gonna be holding down the In the Oven segment. IZ, say what's up to the people.
What's good, City?
What's up? What's going on, man? What's on your mind today?
Everything, man. Everything. Especially marijuana.
Are you a stoner?
Yes, ma'am. All day long.
Then you fit right in.
I definitely do. Definitely.
What you got for us today? Who's in the oven? Who's in some shit?
Just silly men and women. Silly men and women. You dealing with what we dealing with. I mean, like stupid people. You feel me? Like stupid people do stupid things and believe stupid things. And we gotta get these people to stop believing stupid things. One of those stupid things is, people seem to get this weird thing where they think if a narc come up to you and say, hey man, we're doing they gotta tell you they undercover or they're doing some kind of investigation on you. Why would they tell you they're undercover? That's just some stupid shit. You feel me? Like stupid people that do stupid things, and I just hate stupid stuff. You feel me?
You think it's because people don't know their rights?
No,
people
some
always
of the
going
time.
other.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they just
like,
stupid. You
at
feel
least
me?
with the
Like,
cop reference, a lot
common
of people
sense,
have
common
no
sense
idea.
tell
You know?
this man don't gotta tell you he's doing an investigation. Like that defeats the purpose. You feel me? So, I mean, like, why would a narc tell you he's a narc? You feel me? He's a narc.
It's like
Because they
studying for a
watch
pop
movies
quiz.
and TV, and that's it. They think that it. That's
Once
the way
again,
that
some
it
stupid
happens.
stuff, right?
The sheeple, we call them.
But the good news about this is if you smoke a lot of loud, if you smoke a lot of cannabis, hey, it open your eyes to stupid shit. You feel me? Like,
Word.
I mean, that's when the oven today. Stupid people.
All right, all you stupid people,
420 degrees.
get it together.
Word.
Stop being dumb.
Word.
Educate yourself.
Always for the oven with the burning heat. What you do,
And
make
speaking
it
of
dry.
education, did you know that Colorado marijuana tax for schools hit a record high and exceeded last year's total? You know, while we're over here closing schools on the East Coast, they raised a total of $13.7 million, and it's
Wow.
just July.
Damn.
So they raised, in 2014, they raised $13.3 million for schools. And this is like, yes,
That's awesome.
cannabis users are paying for schools in Colorado, all right?
Wow.
Amen to that.
Wow. Who would ever thought, right?
So,
Blood money, Mr. Governor.
So last year, there was lots of criticism because they didn't reach their goal. It fell short, and that was for a number of reasons. But now, in 2015, just midway through the fiscal year, they've already surpassed that goal, which means they're probably going to rake in another at least $10 million by the end of 2015. They probably make potentially, I predict, around $25 million for schools from marijuana sales.
Nice.
And this the
And
bill
that's just from
marijuana
school.
sales or the
Republicans, if nothing else, be convinced by the dollars and cents because this is real money. And
That's how you're gonna get them on board.
tax
You'll see.
grass, not gas. And I say that because Colorado is also a fracking state, but that's another story. But it says the jump is partly because there are more marijuana stores and because shops last year were given a one-time tax-exempt transfer of their medical plants to the recreational pot side.
Damn.
And so that's important to note because this money is from recreational sales. And because it is a positive thing and it's bringing in revenue, however, it does affect the medicinal side of things. Recently, the Board of Health voted not to include PTSD on the registered, medical list for qualifying patients. And it's not to say that they can't get access. They can buy it recreationally, but it's a lot more expensive. So it's just another unfair tax people have to pay for their medicine. But again, there's pros and cons, right? You're bringing more money in for a recreational side, but it's at the expense of patients who now are going to have to, instead of going through a medical dispensary and a medical card, buy it in like retail sales. So, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about all that. I just like smoking weed.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah,
it's a start. It's a start.
It's half a loaf.
Well, the big scandal with the vote of the Board of Health is that one of the women who voted no is like 22 years old. She just graduated from college. She was literally, I'm not making this up, she was a Disney princess. Like, yeah. And like Miss Colorado, like teen Miss Colorado.
Oh, God.
Like, and she has a degree in like massage therapy.
Oh, God.
And this is one of the people that voted no
She
on
lives in the real world.
PTSD being a qualifying symptom, So I think we should troll her. I'm going to find her name in a little
She
bit.
definitely got paid off.
What's her
I
name?
found a picture of her as
Yeah.
a Disney princess because I did not believe that she was but she really was.
What's her name? You know?
She was
Let's get her name and
Sure as hell was a Miley Cyrus.
immediately troll this.
these are the people making decisions with people's lives,
Yeah,
know?
that's
And
scary.
so, she was appointed somebody's, maybe one of her parents' friends hooked it up. Like, hey, we need you to be on this board. And maybe they gave her some pharmaceutical money. I don't know. Maybe if I was 22 and dumb,
Well, when you go to
I would have
college,
taken it.
you're supposed to go to college,
Stupid
and get
people,
stoned,
see?
and get laid.
Stupid people, see?
What the hell was she doing in college?
I don't know, but why are you
She
saying no
wasn't
to
getting high.
anything marijuana related? That's just lame. All right, I'm looking. Hopefully, when we come back in a little bit, I'll have her name, and maybe we can I don't know, tell people how to troll her because this is her name, Janelle Orsborn.
Janelle Osborne.
And yes, she has a LinkedIn profile. Like, it looks totally fake. I
She should
can't
be in
even
the oven.
believe it.
Put her in the oven.
Yeah, she should definitely be in the oven.
Yeah, so I don't know. Something needs to be done. We need to get her to resign or something. I think we can make her crack.
I'm not making anyone crack.
She's making us young.
Send her some
boys
edibles or
back.
something. Send some edibles to her.
Some wax.
No, she needs to suffer the wrath of the accountability from the community, and never too early to learn that lesson.
She needs Mr. T in a thong dancing around.
Sure. Send her edibles and don't tell her.
You get Mr. T in booty shorts.
Send some cookies in a present box on the front doorstep.
Always for the oven with the burning heat. What you doing, making sure I had something to eat.
420 degrees.
So every year, Forbes, which is a financial magazine, it's for rich people, they have a list of America's richest families. And guess who made it to the list this year?
Oh.
Someone from Big Pharma, of course. It's the Sackler family. And they own Purdue Pharma, which produces OxyContin. That's their cash cow.
Chicken.
You guys know about
Nice.
OxyContin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are ODing and
Legal
dying.
heroin.
How many deaths a year are contributed to OxyContin?
I don't know, but I know in states where they've legalized marijuana for medicinal uses, the number of OxyContin deaths has gone down.
Nah, you don't say. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, they have a $14 billion fortune. $14 billion from OxyContin.
Wow.
It's
Amazing.
like two old, wrinkly white people.
Forbes says, they made the most
do you know
popular
they're
and
white?
controversial opioid of the 21st century. Did you guys hear that before I was rudely interrupted?
Sorry, all I heard was white.
They are white people.
They are white people.
Of course
Yeah.
they are.
Of course
Get away
they
with
are.
that.
Of course. Okay.
Yes, but Forbes said they make the most popular and controversial opioid of the 21st century, OxyContin. I mean, it is pretty controversial. They were sued a few years ago for faulty advertising or whatever because they tried to say that it wasn't addictive at all.
Oh,
And it was highly addictive.
It's addictive.
Highly addictive. And, yeah, they got sued for, like, billions of dollars. Then they had to go back and remake it. So they remade it, and now it's not as addictive. But, I mean, I don't know. That sounds really questionable to me, right? Oh, we made it again. It's not addictive this time. So go ahead.
Oh, not as much.
Take as many as you need to.
Let me ask you something. In the hood, is there more heroin or OxyContin in the hood?
Definitely Oxycontin.
I would say in
Floating around
in
everywhere.
Philly, it's like
Hold on,
crack
in the
and
hood?
heroin. Like
Heroin.
pills.
I think heroin.
That's
Pills
only
you don't
certain
get from
times
the
of the month,
hood.
though.
Pills you get from like
Maybe
I
the
don't
first
know.
and the 15th. After that should be gone.
First and the
Pills are
15th.
everything. Pills are the new heroin.
Yeah, word up.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Like it's easy to get.
Cheap.
Exactly.
Especially if you're
Xanax
rich
is
and white.
everywhere in Philly. Like people sell
Especially
Xanax.
if you have parents that
everywhere.
leave and go on vacations in the medicine
And
cabinets in their
perks.
room.
Perks are
Percocet.
like.
Especially
Exactly.
have parents that have a medicine cabinet.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
And the thing is, people resort to heroin because they can't get the pills, right? And then heroin's
That's what
easier to
happens.
Isn't
get.
there a statistic like 60 or so percent of America has like a prescription,
Prescription drugs.
and like
or some
30%
shit,
of
yeah.
that has
Heard some weird shit like
at
that.
least two other prescriptions written for them? It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, they're saying
They're feeding
growing
into it.
marijuana in your backyard is more dangerous than
plant.
what you have in your medicine cabinet
plant.
legally. I'm
Unbelievable.
sorry,
Who
but
says that?
no.
Who
Wow,
said
yeah.
that?
That's
Morons.
That's what
They
they
all
say.
say
Stupid
that.
people.
They
Stupid
all
people,
say
yes.
that.
Stupid people.
stupid people.
Stupid people, right?
Oh, my God.
Amen.
Ignorance.
Great segment. We could do this all day.
If your doctor prescribes you OxyContin, I'm not saying don't take it. I'm just saying look
Ask
into
for weed.
cannabis first.
Yes.
Ask them where the
Look
weed
into
at.
cannabis first. And then decide if you still want to take it.
Well, I don't know about that. I would tell them to take that stuff first, then the cannabis. At least that'll
Nah,
mellow them out.
dude. You have no chance of overdosing on marijuana.
Oh, of course.
You
not.
have a high chance of overdosing on OxyContin. You can die.
You can't
from
overdose.
OxyContin.
There it
You
is. The
cannot
common sense factor
die
just proves she's
from
not a
marijuana.
stupid person.
So if I had a choice between two things,
Oh,
let's
we
take
know
away
you
the
would
names, and one, you will have no
definitely
chance
know what you would
of
choose.
death or illness or problems, and one is like 50-50. Like, of course I'm going to choose the thing that is 100% safe. I don't care what your ailment is, you know?
Amen to that.
How many
Hell
people have we met? There's like 100 different things people are suffering from, you know, that marijuana has helped them. I mean, maybe 200. I mean, I'm just talking about the people that we know. And that shit works. And it works
It helps
better than OxyContin, I would argue.
I use marijuana for everything.
It
Headaches,
works with things that don't
stomach
hurt.
aches.
But it works differently too.
Shit that don't hurt, it work with.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't patch the problem. Marijuana actually heals. Oxycontin blocks the problem for a couple hours, and then you need to take more.
That's
But,
right.
Obviously doesn't heal everything, but it's very, very, very medicinal, and it's on a different level. Thank you for giving me a chance.
Open source
Just
medicine.
remember to grab the mic.
Open
Yeah,
source
so-
medicine. I like
I
that.
get open source medicine.
Exactly.
You get to do the God stuff. You can do all the God stuff.
I got you. I got you.
Just let me know ahead of time. Pre-production, you know?
Of course, of course.
So what's Trump saying this week? Because, every week. He's
Gonna
saying
be the
something
president.
crazy.
Watch what you
Didn't
say.
he say that John McCain is not a hero because he was captured?
Yeah, he was caught, so he kind of stinks because he got caught.
Said he's
Loser.
not a hero, not a real veteran.
Losers don't get caught.
That's right. Only winners get
Losers
sprinkled.
are
Wrong with him.
POWs.
Technically, the hero would have got away.
For
but
real, that's
all
what he
right.
said.
You loser. Let me find the
He made
exact
some
quote.
So
He
you
knew
got
what the
caught.
hell-
Thing and
He
got
knew
away,
what he was
you know.
doing.
He threw
would've
some
paid him off.
serious
He's an idiot.
shade towards him. I'm not sure why, but let's look this
There goes
up.
Republicans for you.
And I believe El Chapo like put a hit out
Chapo.
on
He did
Trump.
on his daughter.
That's the other thing that is our developing story. You know, yes, he did.
He's like, yo, you bring me his daughter,
Like,
man.
you're done, buddy.
I want
You're
his daughter.
done.
Oh shit.
Have him coming to me, man.
Dead serious too.
El Chapo, he no play.
Yeah. He's about to back out this race fast now.
Nah,
Or whoever gets the daughter is going to become a terrorist.
Have you guys seen the internet meme of El Chapo in
Taking
front
a
of Trump
selfie?
Tower?
Yeah,
Yes, taking a
that's
selfie
That's
in front of
funny.
Trump Tower. Yeah.
I'd explain
Nah,
it to
you
you,
see
but
that,
you don't understand. Just
Oh.
Google El Chapo, okay? You'll get it.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, Trump says, I like people who weren't captured.
Oh shit. Yeah, that
I
sounds like
can't
shade to
even
me.
make this stuff up if I tried. No, he really said that. He said
Wow.
he's not a war hero. He was a war hero because he was captured. I like people who weren't captured.
And see, technically,
He's just
I
think
got a
he-
small point there.
I think he's right.
Yeah,
in a way.
really.
You gotta
In a
just try.
Small
Really?
point.
a sick
He got
twisted
caught.
way.
He
How do
would
we
have made a
know?
MacGyver device and got away.
You
Got
gotta
out of
get
there.
one
McCain,
Honest.
hold on,
Honest.
McCain.
I'll tell you the problem if you want to hear the Republican problem.
I'm just going to say briefly, McCain was a Navy pilot. He spent roughly 5.5 years in a notorious North Vietnamese prison known as Hanoi Hilton, where he was repeatedly tortured.
Yes, terrible.
And he spent
It was terrible.
2 of those years in solitary
terrible.
confinement.
A
Yes.
hero would have got away from all
Terrible.
that.
Why is he throwing shade at him? Like,
Why? Because
talk
that
about
was
his
then.
policies.
I'm out of here.
Exactly. That's what he needs to talk about. He needs to say maybe.
You can say,
Maybe
McCain,
he's an old
these
crook.
laws you've signed
Maybe they
are
beat him too
crap.
much and he don't know what the hell he's talking about.
A hero would have got the
Maybe
troops
that's
together,
what-
gathered the
maybe
troops
that's what he's
together,
saying.
and they would have all got out of there.
You
He
know?
would've let
Listen,
them out
that
of there.
statement didn't just defend McCain, it defended all veterans, anyone that was a prisoner of war. Like, why has he got to say that? It's just not, it's not right.
Well, I mean, technically.
Technically.
You know,
No.
if you're playing,
Don't
you know,
li-
tag, like
don't
laser
listen to
tag,
him.
and you get tagged, like you didn't
You're
win,
out.
you lost.
You're out.
I'd like to see your ass out on the
sit out.
battlefield trying to escape
sit
the
out.
enemy and see if you don't get captured.
My fat ass would be one of the first ones dead.
Then who are you judging? That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's-
these people,
I
you
feel
know,
sorry for the
suffered
guy.
a lot, and
He
they
did.
should
He
not.
did. Maybe he shouldn't be a senator. Maybe he suffered too much.
Hey, listen,
There's
I
an
think
idea.
you can talk about John McCain's policies all day long.
His
He has some
policies
shitty
suck.
policies. No argument.
sucks.
But to say, like, to be critical of people that were captured
Turn that
and
shit
say they're
off.
not
What's the
war
matter with you?
heroes.
Get down, John. Get down. Here they come.
Shout out for John McCain.
Shout out to John McCain, who was the co-sponsor of the Local Community Radio Act, which he signed into law. And, you know, Obama signed into law, actually. And it allowed us to have 2,000 more non-commercial community radio stations all across
Shout
the
out to
country.
McCain.
Sometimes
There you go.
Republicans
Thanks for
do
more
good things.
competition. You're killing me.
That's
Name
where he's
I'm
a
just
hero at.
saying.
Name 2.
Thanks for more competition.
That was one good law that he endorsed, and so I like him for that.
Was
but
it before or after he voted for it? He probably doesn't even know he
Probably doesn't
sponsored
even
it.
remember.
no, he does know. He
So
does.
old,
somebody
so
right
traumatized, he doesn't even remember.
Put a stamp on there.
I'm telling exactly. Probably had his daughter
Hey,
do it
in that
too.
case, we duped him, and we got him to sign that shit, and he got Republicans on board. So thanks.
Hey, fuck it.
Either way, thanks, because, you know,
He's a Democrat. Who we kidding? Who we kidding?
he's a
for real?
reptilian. I don't know.
He probably is. He looks like one
He does look like one.
after
Yes.
being in a Hanoi Hilton.
Trump, what will he say next? I don't know.
He's got to say something about black people.
What do you
next.
guys think
That's
that,
what
like,
he
his
is.
campaign-
Oh Lord! He's talked about Mexicans. He's talked about POWs,
Lord.
veterans.
Speaking of black people, Black
Oh,
Lives
I think
Matter
we're
people
gonna-
trolled Bernie Sanders while he was giving a speech over the
How
weekend.
dumb was that?
And they interrupted him.
Did they not realize he's on their side?
He's not, though. He hasn't done anything. He doesn't use his platform. He's supposed to represent the left, and he hasn't lifted a finger. So he's the person to troll.
He's
You
trying
think-
to get in
You think
power
Hillary
to help.
Clinton's going to be moved by a protest or any of those other fuckers?
No, she'll kill
He's
them
the
all.
only
She'll
one
mow
that
'em
can be
down.
moved, right? He's the only, and he's changed his rhetoric on police brutality and the Black Lives Matter
Bernie
movement.
Sanders?
So
Who's
direct
that?
action gets the goods.
He's trying to.
He
some
did what we
Democrat
wanted.
Trying to become president.
Bernie who?
Bernie
Bernie Sanders is one of the Democratic nominees
Okay.
for president.
Bernie who? It's not Bernie Mac. So.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, you should read about him. He's an interesting dude.
How about Bernie versus Trump? Battle of the hair.
No, let's pick the running mates. Who do you think is going
I say Lady Gaga.
I think it's going to be Trump, Christie.
Trump and Christie.
Christy Trump.
Yes.
Christy
Christie.
Trump.
Battle of the what do you say?
Puked in my mouth.
Lady Gaga.
And then, I don't know. I hope it's not Hillary, but it looks like it might be. Because of the stupid people you referenced. They ruin everything.
Illegal immigrants. You look at the statistics on rape, on crime, on everything coming in illegally into this country. They're mind-boggling. If you go to Fusion, you will see a story about 80%
this guy's just an
of the
idiot.
women coming in.
Come on, man.
You have to take a look at these stories. And you know who owns Fusion?
No, who cares? Univision. Yeah, big deal. Everybody hates him now.
He's the worst, man.
I love him.
Are you going to vote for him, Wayne?
You retarded? She got me to use the R word.
You're not rich. You're not a billionaire.
I do not like
Only
Donald
really
Trump.
rich people should vote for him.
No.
So you will vote Democrat.
I don't even think rich people
If
like
he
him.
was the running mate
I don't
for the
think a lot of
Republicans, I wouldn't vote. Period.
You just wouldn't vote.
Yeah. I would just get high.
Just wouldn't play. You would just give up like McCain.
You'd be like the lesser of two evils. Why choose any evil?
Trump should be like, yo, you chose Sarah Palin as your running mate. Like
I'd vote for her.
McCain. Oh, what?
I would vote for her.
Oh my goodness. You're fired. I'm sorry. We can't do the show anymore
the
with you.
best.
No, let's just pick on Wayne. That's all.
We are
I love it.
recruiting a new show member to take his spot.
That's cool. Because I'm going to be on Sarah Palin's.
Go ahead. Go join
Why?
Fox News. Be on her
Why?
reality
I
show.
love Sarah Palin.
Why?
I have her book autographed.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
She does not support marijuana, just so you know.
she's totally against marijuana.
I'll get her.
She's
I gotta support
100%
her.
against weed.
How are you going to get her to... Come on. What's wrong with you?
I'm going to get her to
Sarah
support
Palin,
It's
really?
okay if you want to have sex with her. That's actually
Oh.
better than liking her.
That I get.
Yeah.
Is that why?
Yeah, she's
Yes,
hot.
I like redheads, yeah.
But you don't want her to
Yeah.
run the
But
country.
why-
like,
yeah.
right?
No, I want her to do bad things, though.
Oh, my God. Ed, what? Straighten him out, please.
Now, the only reason why Sarah Palin became governor of Alaska is because, come on, the man-woman ratio in Alaska is like 8 or 9 to 1. All them dudes was voting for the pretty chick. That's what that was.
Well, she
That's
won.
how she got y'all.
Yep.
She won.
Yep. And she kept yelling Confederate shit. I mean, conservative shit.
The same thing.
Same thing. I mean, you know.
Oh, you're wrong. You're just
No, I'm
wrong.
not.
You know that the reason McCain got all those votes was
Conservatism
because of Sarah Palin.
is politically correct.
All the Republicans
racism.
are like, even back then, they're like,
Yes,
man, this
there you
guy's
go.
old as
There
senile.
you go.
Let me stop.
Say that again, one more time.
Say it again.
I said conservatism is politically correct racism, but that was a little stretch. It was a little.
Not
stretch.
really.
Dude, that's so
No,
like,
there are
that's
fiscal.
wrong.
There are fiscal conservatives, and there are religious
Conservatives has
conservatives that
nothing to
aren't
do with
quite
race.
racist.
I mean,
I
if
can't
you would have
believe-
said that about the
Yo, You have
Republicans,
to delete that picture. I don't smoke these things. I can't believe I did.
I'll
that.
take
that's
it.
why
Ah,
I'm
we caught you.
not
Weedman was on a rant and he hit the blunt.
he got weak. He got
It's
weak.
okay. You were going off about conservatives. You need to hit that blunt. It's it's all good. Did you guys know Hawaii just started a medical marijuana program?
When? Today?
Well, they've actually started years ago, but the feds screwed with them for years.
Well, now it's legal. Governor David Eags signed a bill that will establish medical marijuana dispensaries
Yep.
for the state's 14,000 medical marijuana patients.
Now, for those of you listening now, you have to give Roger Christie, believe it or not, he's another Christie, but he's the good Christie, Roger Christie credit. Yo, he spent 4 years in jail, almost 5 years in jail, because he refused to take a deal, and he wanted to utilize jury nullification, so they just let him sit in jail for 4 years without a trial, and then they finally let him out last year.
Is that the same dude that had the cannabis church?
Yeah,
out there?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
His brother?
No, his name is Roger Christie.
Okay.
You know, but me and him met back in 2005 when we all got. I ever tell you the story about Les Crane? This rich dude named Les Crane in Northern California decided that he wanted to form a new church, and he went looking online for all the marijuana activists who talked about religious things. I was one of them. Roger Christie was one of them. Eddie Lepp. Craig X. All of us. This dude paid for all of us to go to his compound up in the mountains of Northern California, and that's when I first met him. Dan Quaintes. Man, I can't remember. Listen, when we left there, it was 17 of us. When we left there, like 12 of us got arrested. I was one of them that didn't get arrested. I was a truck driver. I went home, got my truck, and started driving the country again. That's probably the only reason why I didn't get arrested. I was on the go. And somebody killed Les Crane. Google Les Crane. LES-CRANE.
He's not the only marijuana guy to die like a mysterious death, though, right?
Yeah, but he had money, and he was putting his money into a method that would win. That whole First Amendment argument.
But didn't that guy in Colorado die too? Didn't he get murdered?
Yeah. Him too. He's another one.
That's what I mean. It's
Ken
like
Gorman.
conspiracy.
Yeah, Ken Gorman was making waves in news too. He was a white guy in Denver who was mixing Second Amendment arguments, freedom arguments, and legalizing marijuana. And he was running for office every year as a way of protesting too. And they killed him too. Someone killed him. Made it look like a robbery, but no one really believes he got robbed. They just killed him. Same thing with Les Crane. Les Crane was a whole fake robbery. They didn't even take nothing. And he had a lot of stuff there. And he took a couple things out of his pocket. Why rob a millionaire reaching his pockets? He had all kinds of stuff all over his house, man. I was at his house. He had a safe that had I don't know how much money it was in. It was pounds and pounds of weed. I took a picture of his safe. I can find the picture of his safe and show it to you today. Anybody want to bet me a big fat joint?
I'll bet.
All right.
Nice.
Yep. I still got all those pictures. It's on my computer as California Retreat.
That's not.
Anyway.
That's not the camera that the girl stole, is it?
No.
Okay, cool. She might have lost the joint right there.
No.
I don't like you with your hair pulled back, bro. I'm sorry. We got to talk about this.
Sorry, Wayne. It is like
I'm not even trying
100 degrees outside the last 2 days.
Yes, and that's probably the only reason why I'm doing it.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Hello. Look who just walked in. Our distinguished
Now
guest, Susan. We'll get to her in a minute.
Hey, Susan.
Yeah, we're going to take a short break, and then we are going to come back with some more cannabis news. And we have Sue DiGregorio Rosen from the Cannabis Nurses Association and Teresa Nightingale from Pittsburgh Normal and the Pittsburgh Normal Women's Alliance. So keep it locked here. You're listening to Fully Baked Radio.
I don't gotta rap. This is why I'm hot. I don't gotta rap. This is why I'm hot. I don't gotta rap. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. What you wanna do? Wanna be ballers? I don't gotta rap. What you wanna do? Gotta rap.
slow up, stop, get a laptop. Get a laptop. This is why I'm hot. Get a laptop. Get a laptop. This is why I'm hot. Get a laptop. I don't gotta rap. This is why I'm hot.
If the pigs were gathering in Vegas, I felt the drug culture should be represented as well. And there was a certain bent appeal in the notion of running a savage burn on one Las Vegas hotel, and then just wheeling across town and checking into another.
West Coast Philly.
Do you need a baller so you can shop into the mall? Brag, tell your friends what I bought you. If you couldn't see yourself winning when this dough is low, baby girl, if this is so, yo, can I get a baller so you can shop into the mall? Brag, tell your friends what I bought you. If you couldn't see yourself winning when this dough is low, baby girl, if this is so, yo, can I get a Can I get a Can I get a buck? What's going on?
Is Laura Barber gonna call in? Now you don't play call.
I love it. Fully Baked Radio.
Welcome back to Fully Baked Radio, the highest show on the internet. You're now getting baked with the NJ Weed Man, Cannabis King Barini, Lefty Grimes, Vanessa Maria, Flip Marley, IZ, and there's just a whole mess of people in the sanctuary praying.
It's packed in here, bro. I can't even
Praying.
move.
It's beautiful.
It's insane.
That's because you're sitting right next to me, baby.
Well, is that why? Oh, my bad. Can you move over? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're
So
fine.
anyway.
You're nice and cuddly. You're right. You're right. Not in the gay way either.
Okay, if you would like to call in and join our show, the number to dial is, I'm going to give you mine because I don't know whose number that is, 862-222-3332. Call and tell us how high you are. There we are. We're back.
Oh.
We got our special guest.
Can she sit over there? Because I can't see her.
Yeah.
Or, somewhere. Can you switch places with Live?
Yeah.
Or could you move that camera up? No, you can't reach that camera.
All right, guys. While they're trying to get that stuff together,
productions.
High Times reached out to the White House, and they actually got a response months later. And surprise, surprise, the White House gave a pretty
They give an answer?
canned response. Yes, they say, "Thank you for writing. The Obama administration is committed to developing policies based on science and research." We like that, right? And the federal government has been funding and reviewing studies to better understand marijuana's effects on individuals, public health, and safety. But this administration opposes marijuana legalization, and our policy approach focuses on improving public health and safety through prevention, treatment, support for recovery, and innovative criminal justice strategies to break the cycle of drug use and crime. A considerable body of evidence shows that marijuana use, especially chronic use that begins at a young age, is associated with serious health and social problems. Studies also reveal that marijuana potency has tripled since 1990, raising serious public health concerns.
Whoa. Tripled since not 1960s, but 1990.
You know who wrote this?
Was it our friend Kevin Sabet?
It sounds like him, doesn't it?
Wow.
It's the White House, but it's probably him, right?
Unbelievable.
He is their propagandist. This sounds like this is the same crap that he says in Project Sam.
Wow.
I know, it's sad.
We're getting this from Obama.
Yep. After he visited a prison this weekend. Did you guys see the prison video?
I see him. I hear his, if you're in prison for nonviolent drugs or nonviolent crimes, they shouldn't be in prison. I get that, sure, cool, I agree with that. But I don't know, the way he makes it sound, if you killed a cop, hey, you know what? You serve your 10 years and that's good enough. I don't know what he's talking about.
Let me read you the last paragraph of this letter. It says...
Which one is this?
The one from the White House. It says...
From High Times?
Yeah, it's
to High Times?
The White House's response to High Times. It says, like many people, we are also interested in the potential marijuana components may have in providing relief to individuals diagnosed with certain illnesses. That is why we support ongoing research into evaluating what components of the marijuana plant may be used as medicine. To date, though, neither the FDA nor the Institute of Medicine have found smoked marijuana to meet the modern standard for safe and effective medicine for any condition. We thank you for making your voice heard. You can learn more about the president's approach to drug control at www.propagandabullshit website.
Suck on a banana.
Yeah. It's terrible. I mean, how can they really write that?
Sorry, I expect that from Republicans. I'm sorry. That's what I expect from Republicans.
It's terrible.
Not from your Democrats.
The Americans need to know, you Obama lovers, this is straight from his administration. I got to call you out. There's still so many Obama lovers, And
the Messiah can't do no wrong.
No, this is crap. This is unacceptable. These are lies. They are espouting lies. They're saying there's no research to support cannabis, as a medicinal treatment. And it's totally denying that more than half of the union, has medicinal cannabis in some form. So why are they still writing this crap if it's not representative of the United States, even in the nation's capital? It's just, this is coming from our official administration, and it's crap. People need to see these letters and face the reality that they intend on jailing people indefinitely and continuing to allow prohibition, and it's crap. So I'm glad High Times reached out to them. We should write a letter to the White House and the Canadian Embassy. We should use this letter as proof of our refugee status for when we try to become Canadian citizens.
Yes, we're going to help Scott become a Canadian citizen.
We're all leaving, though.
I think we're all going to go with them.
We're out of here. We'll come back in a few years when they get it together. So we have a couple of guests on our show today. I'd like to introduce Sue, who came all the way from New York to join us. Ed, will you give her a fine introduction?
I'll let you do it.
You know her better than me.
That was a cop-out.
Put me on the spot.
That was a cop-out.
Susan Rosen, who is, I don't know your title, with the What is your title? With the C, got me on the spot, and I messed up. American Cannabis Nurses Association. Okay, there we go. And recently they've made a lot of press. I like her blogs. She's reaching the type of people me, dread-headed pothead, can't reach, and she's coming from the intellectual side, from the medical side, the mainstream side. So we need everybody. I had people complaining about they didn't need people like me, a pothead, but people like Susan. She reminds me of like Ken Walski. We need people like her. And here she is, Susan Rosen.
Hey, Susan.
Susan, hello. Nice to meet you.
Now, I probably messed up that intro, so you go ahead and describe yourself.
Okay, I'll describe myself. I'm Sue DiGregorio Rosen. I live in New York right now, but I'm a Jersey girl. And I need to make that real clear. Anyway, I am a member of multiple organizations, and I got into the Cannabis Nurses Association primarily because I am a nurse and because I know what the standards should be, and they needed a little help, and so we're all kind of pulling it together finally. When I joined, I think there was only 50 to 70 members, so now it's going over 300, close to 400. I have a long reach out to people, and nobody can send out information faster than I can. So, so that's what I do. So, anyway, it's all about the medicine. How I got into really going after it is that I have a cousin, and her name is Suzanne DiGregorio, and we often get mixed up with each other. She's a grassroots organizer for the Parents Coalition for rescheduling. She has an autistic son, and he is an epileptic. And he's a big boy now, he's like 16 years old, and he's big, and she's little. So she got very interested in what is going on and kind of led the way in Kentucky, down in Kentucky, because she lives in Louisville, with the university. And as far as them coming forward to start to grow hemp, she brought Pratish Kumar on board there. He left, but he's a scientist. He's a pretty cool guy, So very smart guy, very smart guy. They're all very smart guys. They really are. Yeah. It's so it's an amazing run. I do know how to organize because I have organized a lot of things before. So I come out to the nurses and try to pull them in all with me. Especially, I'm going to give LinkedIn a plug because they don't kick me off.
Yeah, like Facebook does.
I am Facebook censored right now. Anyway,
I went through that earlier this week. I was from Sunday to Thursday. I was in Facebook jail.
Well, I'm in jail until I think tomorrow. I think I just did too many.
What kind of pictures you posting?
No, all you're gonna do is say the wrong thing and make somebody mad, and then they just start like repeatedly reporting you, and it just happens.
Oh please, I know.
I can do it to you tomorrow. If you don't believe me.
Yeah. So
I wanted to welcome another guest we have on our show today.
I was trying to pass it to the left. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, but if we don't know if these people medicate,
And wait a minute.
I can't
We
just
didn't talk about you
passing
being
it.
an artist. She's an incredible artist too.
She's a nurse.
Hey
She's a
guys,
nurse.
I have
Nice.
another guest on the line. Thank you. And her
Uh-oh.
name's Teresa Nightingale, and she is from the Pittsburgh Normal Women's Alliance and Pittsburgh Normal. She was also Miss High Times March 2014, and she is a member of the East Coast Cannabis Coalition, and she's another lady involved in the cannabis movement. Welcome, Teresa.
Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Hello, Teresa. How are you? Weed man waving.
I am great. I just got home from the zoo with my kids, so it's been a great day.
Sweet.
Is it hot as hell out there in Pittsburgh too?
It is ridiculously hot as hell. I have swamp ass. It's ridiculous. It's not a pretty sight.
It's time to like sit in the AC and do a dab,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what everyone's doing. Everyone's taking time out to relax right now. So. For sure.
That's cool. I'm glad we have two ladies on the show to balance out all the dudes here. So it's nice to have both Sue from the Cannabis Nurses Association and Teresa from Pittsburgh Normal to be on the show. There's not a lot of ladies involved in what we're doing, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of hard time understanding or hearing you. A little bit,
We're talking about women in the marijuana movement and how there's not a lot of ladies involved, but that's changing.
Yeah, absolutely. I really noticed that more and more meetings we have for Pittsburgh Normal, more and more women are showing up, each one. I think the stereotype and the taboo is being broken, and I believe that many women are becoming less ashamed to admit that they're cannabis users, particularly ones with families and children.
And you guys are both parents, you and Sue, correct?
Yes. I have a daughter who is going to be 5 in August, and my husband has 2 children as well, an 8-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Well, I tell you, one of the deterrents to women is the fact that in some jurisdictions, law enforcement will go after your kids.
Yes.
And I think women have an unfair, they
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage that way.
You're right. CYF is a big fear for many women who use cannabis, even if they use it, responsibly at the end of the day after their kids are sleeping or, away from their kids. It can be used against them in custody cases, such as divorces, and also just by people who don't like that person. A stranger could call CYF, and if they say that there's drug use in the home, if there's a child under 5, there has to be a reported house visit that day.
Exactly.
Yeah, we know people who've had their kids taken away for literally just having marijuana in the house, and then have to go through like drug court, probation, like a really intense rehabilitation program for weed.
It happened to me. My family court judge said, "Oh yeah, I totally understand, Mr. Fortune. You have every First Amendment right to do whatever and say whatever you do, and I have a right to protect the child." And then that was it. I lost visitation and everything. It took me years to get it back, and by then, anyway, long story. I'll get out of my personal story on that one. I'll get on a soapbox.
Just Bill. They've already spent on funds. They definitely should be focusing on other things, not cannabis users.
Yeah, definitely. I also noticed there's more women ganjapreneurs, like more people baking edibles and selling other types of, cannabis-related items.
Well, women are graduating college at a higher rate than men right now. So it's not to be surprised to see that more women are trying to take charge of businesses and trying to be entrepreneurs, particularly in the cannabis industry. It's a flourishing industry that allows for a lot of creativity, which I feel that many women appreciate.
Do you have any ganjapreneur aspirations?
Yeah, actually. I one day would like to start making edibles. That's my goal. I would really like to do that. I enjoy edibles a lot. I enjoy oil as well. But I think edibles are the way to go for me. I don't really want to grow. I don't really want to make glass. I don't want to do any of those things. But activism seems to be the thing I'm doing right now. And edibles.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get Senate Bill 3 passed. It's stuck in the Pennsylvania legislature. Do you have any latest information on that? Last I heard, it was sent to the House Rules Committee to be voted on.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. We caught it out of Matt Baker's main committee, the House Committee, which was a big problem. Senator Matt Baker, he is a longtime Republican, just jack off. He's the worst. Wow. He believes all the stereotypes about marijuana, about how it's a gateway drug, about how it's going to cause lung cancer, all the old stuff that's been disproven a million times. He gets money from pharmaceutical companies, over 20,000 alone last year from AstraZeneca and a few other ones that, surprise, surprise, are now in the market to make Epidox and other CBD-only marijuana-derived kind of pharmaceuticals. So the guy who gets money from pharmaceutical companies in PA is adamantly against cannabis being legalized. Surprise, surprise. So he will not budge. So we have now we did a discharge resolution, which bumped it out of the House Committee into the Rules Committee. But Matt Baker is also still attached to that committee as well on the fringes.
No.
And it's full of Republicans too, and we're going to probably end up having a heavy regulated marijuana bill if one even gets passed. So it's bad news right now.
I think we need another rally. We need to just
Yeah.
take
We need,
the party to Harrisburg.
No,
you know,
take it to Baker's house.
Yeah.
in Tioga County.
We're kind of screwed by middle of Pennsylvania. The middle of Pennsylvania is very conservative. Marijuana's not something they really care about, unfortunately. You know, it's mainly Pittsburgh and Philadelphia who are really leading the charge on this. We go to Harrisburg, and it's kind of sad, but, you know, a lot of Republicans, they just don't want to talk to us. They don't want to hear it. Representative Perza, he's the head of the Republican House, and he is adamantly against marijuana, yet he wants to keep the bars open until 4 a.m. and privatize liquor. So, you know, we're kind of falling on deaf ears right now, yet again, even though 88% of Pennsylvanians want medical marijuana.
They also support natural gas drilling, fracking,
exactly,
which is as a form of tax revenue over marijuana, and it's insane to me.
Absolutely, I agree. It's really crazy. It doesn't make sense. I think at this point, it's not about how many studies and how much education we educate people with anymore. I really believe this is just a big money thing at this point. I'm not a big conspiracy person. I'm not that person at all. But it's not a conspiracy to know that politicians get paid hand over fist to represent certain people. And it's definitely not the weed community, that's for sure.
Yeah, we definitely need to get money out of politics, not just on this issue, but like every single issue right now is affected by these special interests. So
Yeah, I mean, I keep on hearing from Project Sam and you know, the Kennedys that there's big marijuana, and big marijuana's coming, and they're coming after you. I don't understand who the hell they're talking about with big marijuana, because Normal and all the other organizations that we work with constantly, we're all grassroots. We're all scraping together to get rallies going and to get buses to Harrisburg. And
I don't know about MPP. They have some serious cash. They have billionaire.
MPP does. You're right. I'll give you that. I just wish they were working harder in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, word. Well, what's next for Pittsburgh Normal? What do you guys have on the horizon? You guys have any summer events, parties? What's up?
Yeah, actually, we do have an event coming up. It's just a nice little community get-together barbecue. We have a lot of those things. Since the bill's kind of stuck right now, we don't have anything like going to Harrisburg or anything like that planned out for the moment. But I believe it's this Saturday, actually, at the Boiler Room in Pittsburgh. We will be having a get-together with bands and art and various people to talk about the cause. It's kid-friendly, too, so, yeah. It's a good time. You can find it on Facebook or have all our events on Pittsburgh Normal on Facebook and also on Twitter.
Awesome. Well, tell us what the website is one more time.
Well, what's that?
Tell us again what the Pittsburgh Normal website is.
Oh, sure. We have PittsburghNormal.org. We also have Pittsburgh Normal on Facebook. We're also PGH Normal on Twitter and Instagram. So feel free to follow us and, you know, get the updates on any kind of events we're holding or, you know, who you're supposed to hate in the Pennsylvania legislature next or messing up our weekend.
Oh, thank you so much, Teresa, for joining our show. We want to thank you for holding it down in Western PA and fighting for cannabis legalization. And we hope we'll be celebrating soon one day, you know. We'll be...
Yeah. Hey, even if they don't legalize it, I'm still smoking anyway.
That's right. All right. Thanks so much.
For sure. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Peace.
That was fun. It's nice to have our friends from afar give us a call. So tell us what's going on in New York as far as their cannabis legislation. Cuomo signed some kind of executive order, and there's like 5 dispensaries are going to open or something like that.
Yeah. Cuomo, well, it's 18 months ago, you know, that he signed. And actually the program is worse than Jersey, the way that he has it set up. But there are 5, there's some very well-knowns vying for the, you know, those areas. Now, Cuomo had signed an agreement with GW Pharmacies, and that was right around the time he said, you know, he legalized. He signed the paper, right, for medicinal. But you can't smoke it in New York either. Okay, so now I am from this state, okay, but I moved to New York, which Everybody in New York always says this is the most liberal state in the country. And it is, as far as, not everything is New York City, you know. And so New York City should just be its own state, and everybody be fine.
It sounds similar, though. It's like this urban, rural divide, especially when it comes to marijuana.
Well, you know what? People upstate New York, they're poor, their farms are shot. So, this is job creation. Besides medicine, it's job creation, right? This is food, fuel, and fiber.
Yep.
Everybody's got to always remember that,
See, that's why I took
Okay.
the open medicine.
Open source medicine?
Right. I take the open medicine solution. No, open source solution. No, cannabis.
Oh, okay.
It'll cure everything.
Open
All those
source
farmers-
medicine.
No, solution. It's a solution. Now, it's not just a medicine. Cannabis on the whole, it's a solution. It'll help with medicine. It'll help with paints. It'll help with hemp farms, clothes, hempcrete. You catching me?
Everything.
Exactly.
Everything you could possibly think of.
I mean, we're getting clothing what, from China?
Yeah.
And the other crazy thing is we're importing like tons of hemp products from Canada. This is another reason why we should move to Canada, because then we could just sell hemp to Americans.
Romania.
There's a big
Hungary.
hemp export
No, I'm
business.
hungry.
Yeah.
Vancouver had jumped all over that, when that was first going on, and because I've been back and forth with I have a kid that lives in Seattle, and so he's we've gone to Vancouver back and forth, and he said security all of a sudden got so tight because they just let everybody through, and it was coming back in, so I guess that went away though. I don't know. They seem to be a friendly bunch.
Yeah, Vancouver, man, definitely has a good cannabis scene out there. Canadians love their weed too.
Well, that's because you have to also think about like the culture. Okay, this big continent, there's natives all over the place. We go back and forth. Down in Florida, there's so many people from Canada that bought up all the real estate on the South Coast. It's like amazing.
So wait, people from Florida bought up Canada's coast, or the other way around?
Vice versa.
Canadians bought up Florida.
Yes.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, on the
Okay.
South Coast.
That makes
which
sense
is
because
much-
who would want to go into the cold? No.
Yeah,
Want to go
and
into
the South
heat.
Coast is much more. It's
Stone
pretty.
much.
It's really pretty. It's tropical. So, I don't think that's gonna last for long in Florida because they get they're stand your ground and all that stuff. So,
They are stand your ground and all that stuff. Florida's the worst.
But then they're gonna start like shooting people for bothering them over it, because they do know medicinally that it's beneficial and that it always has been, and it was never not. Right. And you know what the funny part about all of this too is, like, if you know like the 10th Amendment, right? Okay. What happened to 10th Amendment rights? Let's see. What year was it?
1971.
1971.
On a
right.
cold summer day. I don't know what she's talking about.
Yes, you did. Yeah, well, I'm getting there. Just hold on.
No, I'm just a busted job.
States' rights do exist, but then you can't have it both ways with certain things on states' rights. If you have states' rights, say for voting, some states will abuse it. That's why we needed the Voting Rights Act. It's kind of that trampled the 10th Amendment in effect too. But when do you call it for something good or something bad? I don't know.
When
I
during
hear the argument, I can see it both ways.
Now listen though, alcohol, okay, that was That was Prohibition time, right? So they had to make an amendment to the Constitution to legalize that.
Yeah, to repeal prohibition laws.
Yeah,
Right.
so you know, they
That's
can't.
but that's because they had one to start it. There was never a like with our pot wars. There was never like an amendment that created
Never-
all this.
yeah, there's no
Whereas,
amendment.
Yeah, as far as the alcohol, I think it was called the Volstead Act, 1919.
Yep.
And they made it an amendment. It turned into an amendment. So then they had to have another amendment to repeal the previous amendment, right? Isn't that
Yes.
how it went?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Yes, Boardwalk Empire covers a lot of that.
There we go.
I don't know. Don't believe everything that's on TV, but
Pass me
yeah,
the
I mean,
bong.
prohibition is like a good model, you know, for like what we, you know.
Pass me the bong.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
how I feel about how pot prohibition is working.
Yeah, nobody's like really. People are not paying attention.
No.
You know, they don't really
Millions
care.
of people
you
have
know.
been saying, "Fuck the law, smoke it anyway."
Yeah, I realize that because I have had to change images, you know, or like the people I'm dealing with now are that crowd, you know. That's they're, you know, it's like there's just too much intelligence around. There's too much intelligence. I'm like, you know, I'm here for a conference and I'm gonna go sit outside and, you know, sit in the jacuzzi for a while because I can't listen to you anymore. So it's funny because like then they'll say, well, how did you or why did you or, and I'm like, what? Why did I what? You know, I smoked weed when I was 12. You know, it was never an abnormal thing to do, you know, and they don't test nurses, okay, for weed because they do understand the chemistry behind it. So they're not gonna, you know, drag you off your job and test you to see if you were smoking weed. If you were, you know, stealing morphine or something like
Yes,
that,
that's
that would be different.
I remember that. What was that show on Cinemax or HBO? Tony Soprano's wife.
Nurse Jackie.
Yes. Yes. You weren't a nurse Jackie, right? You were just a token nurse.
Token nurse.
Token nurse.
A token nurse.
But you know, and like really, like, you know, I'm living proof of that. Running big emergency departments in Jersey, as I have done, I never saw a marijuana overdose. I never saw anybody get carried in on. You know, and I worked in big places, so like, you know, I don't know what people are thinking. I don't know what.
So what is your response to what the White House's letter was? You know, that has been found no medicinal value. There's no evidence.
Then why they patent it?
Exactly.
Come on.
You gotta get up on that mic, hon. Say that again.
Yeah, say it loud.
You gotta go right up in that mic like you're
Say
in
it
jail.
loud.
Why did they patent it?
Exactly.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
Answer.
In '74, right, Richard Nixon tore up the research. He had a fit because he thought he was going to have some research to back up the drug war because he wanted to, you know, add budget money to his
DEA.
yeah, his DEA Department of Justice.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was his friend. It was his buddy.
And then who was the next president after that? Ford. He was of no help or use. Actually, you know, maybe
Ford did question it, but he wasn't going to let that going to be the keystone.
He was
of
just a sit-in.
But he
He was just a sit-in. He
for
was,
2
man.
years. But he did question
yeah,
it.
we're gonna wait till
and then he passed the question to Carter, and Carter was going for it.
well, Carter was a farmer, but Ford, don't forget, you know, that says a lot about that last name. So, like, all of a sudden, who's going to be the industry that's going to be knocking on his
Yeah, but
door
he
saying,
wasn't there
you have
long
a
enough
name
to
of
do
Ford.
anything.
But he
Either way.
could have started the ball rolling because people needed something at that time, you know, and everybody was so burnt out, you know, from
But see,
Vietnam
that was the wind down of the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
That was right after the gas embargo. There was the energy short. Remember his thing was turn your heat down to 69 or whatever it was.
69?
70.
No.
What was
There
it?
was
He made
brownouts.
the commercials.
Brownouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
68.
I don't think how that. No, that was 78.
No,
or something like that.
It wasn't 68.
It was 78.
It was 78.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the
Oh.
temperature.
Hmm?
I'm talking about
the temperature.
69.
I think
you got something in your head there, bro.
I think that was what it was.
No, it was
69 and 78 or 68 and 79.
Whatever. I just
67?
remember the commercials vaguely. Whatever.
Actually,
but
William
I'm
Hayes-
just saying those were the things he had on his mind. But I was saying all that to say when Carter came in, it was on his agenda. Look up all the things that Carter talked about. It was on his agenda to change the marijuana laws.
A lot of stuff was on his agenda. He didn't get nothing done.
Yo, he got shot down by one of our own, man. I don't even know if people should bring it up. Just Google what happened to his agenda. He got shot down by
By his pistachios.
No, remember? Wait a minute, what was his name? Dr. Peter Bourne, I think his name was.
Oh,
He was
yeah. He's the one. He wrote
was
that
the-
book. He did the experiments. It was like in the same place where they were doing research on the weed.
In
And he said it
Mississippi.
made people like anti-authoritarian, anti-religious, anti-war, like
And he was brought
nonviolent.
into the Carter administration probably specifically to dismantle the marijuana issues, and he got outed at a drug party, at a party.
By-
Imagine if you guys
Who did he
came
get
here.
outed by?
Wait a minute, imagine if we suddenly had some super Republican celebrity come
Gotta
walking
be
in here.
Republican, Jesus.
Yeah, some whatever. But would you out him or just decide that he's your ally now and just kind of like, yes, let's use him, let's work with him, let's whatever.
The lesser of two evils.
Then other
Always.
people out him. They run to the
That's
media.
that's like pretty like that's a pretty funny thought though. You know, all of a sudden you have the
But
big
I would work with
the
him.
big
I would-
man, the big man.
I would
knock
out
on
him
the
and then
door.
take
I
his or her
would-
seat
I would punch
after.
him. I
No,
would punch
you
him
just-
right
you
in the
just-
face.
It just would kill the issue. That's what happened with Carter.
If Rick Santorum walked in here and tried to smoke a blunt, I would tell everybody.
Man.
I'm telling you.
I would tell
I'm taking a
everybody.
selfie.
I'm
I'm like,
telling
yo,
you.
I told you this dude smokes.
I'm telling you.
I don't know.
I would
man.
not be trying to work with Rick Santorum.
No. You would
No.
just blow him out of the water as a hypocrite and ruin him forever. That would be it. And then
Then
you
he
get
could
nothing
go
out of
away.
it. What if you had him to work with?
No,
I don't know.
I wouldn't
I don't
trust that mofo as far as I could throw him.
See, that's why
That
I
was
think,
a hypothetical.
That's
it,
like
it really happened to Peter Bourne. And I may even be saying his first name wrong. I think his name is John Bourne.
John Bourne.
Peter Bourne was the guy from the
Bourne Identity.
Bourne
Exactly.
Identity.
Bourne Identity.
That was his name, Jason.
Yeah,
Jason Bourne. Jason
Whatever.
Bourne.
No, I think
Who outed him? That's why I want to know. Because this is important.
yeah. Who
I'm
was
not
it?
trying to cause a
Who
controversy
ratted?
right
Well, no,
now.
you
Yeah, but
just,
we-
This is
You guys
history.
gotta
It's
Google
history.
it.
Inquiring
lesson,
minds want to
history.
know.
Google. Keith
Google.
Stroop. Google it.
Keith
There you
Stroop?
go.
Google
There
it.
you go. Keith
Yeah,
Stroop.
you
What does
already
Keith
knew
Stroop have
that.
to do with
Keith
this?
Stroop.
Oh man, you
This
gotta,
is
you gotta
history.
read that.
He's the one who outed Mr.
Really
Bourne.
it really destroyed the Carter administration's efforts.
Mr. Bourne was a cocaine user.
And he showed up at normal party to hang out. I would think, yo, we got the man. He's in the White House, the cabinet.
I know you're a normal fan over there in the
No.
crowd,
It
but I'm
got-
sorry.
It got. They
The
took
head of
it,
normal
They took it and ran
ratted
with
out
it.
Mr. Bourne. We probably could have made a deal,
Or
but
just been
no.
on board. He would. But he had that dude that was on our side working with us. He
How
felt
come nobody
comfortable enough
talks
to go
about
hang
this?
out with him.
This is cannabis activist talk.
Because if you talk
You
about
know
it,
what?
you're like,
I posted
you're like
his-
talking crap about.
Yeah,
this.
listen.
Like, that's how people take it. You're
But
like,
you're
I posted
talking the truth.
a story where
The
somebody
truth.
did a history, and somebody from Normal called me and this other lady out. I think the other lady is like Granny Ganja, or Ganja Granji. Wait, how do I say it?
Ganja, grunge, bunja, bunja.
Ganja Granny. Me and Ganja Granny both shared the same story. It was like real history of Normal, and that whole event that you're talking about had this opportunity to legalize, and they didn't.
That's right. We're
And then
bringing it out in the light.
she called us out for spreading lies and misinformation and
unbelievable.
conspiracy
They don't
theory.
believe. They don't. They
And this
totally
person
don't
who I
believe
like
it.
don't even know like tagged me in this like long rant, and I was like kind of salty. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not taking it down. It's the truth. Your butt hurt. You don't like it.
Just read. Like
It's like
at the time as a kid, I didn't know the intricacies of it now, but I remember when that happened. I remember the whole controversy of it. But I was reading it as a kid, reading the newspaper, not as some marijuana activist with the facts. Later, in the mid 80s, though, I did learn like all the details about it. I went into the 90s knowing about it when I first heard it, because I read High Times magazine a lot too. And at one point they did kick him out, and then he came back, and whatever.
Multiple people corroborate that story. It's like
there.
not
You don't even
one
have to look-
person. It's not alone.
He
Well,
admits to it and everything at different points, but he always explains it as.
why are they in denial? Why do they have a revisionist history?
I don't know.
Because it's like a who killed Jimmy Hoffa?
Dirty rat.
You know?
But this was like so anti everything that it's supposed to be. Like the guy was on our side. Come on, man. That's worse than snitching.
That's why we formed our own organization, right? So we are not rooted at the top in corruption and bitch assness.
And I know it happened. And I know it happened 40 years ago. So yeah, you shouldn't bring it up every day. But whatever.
No,
It's
it
just
is
a
part of the
fact.
history,
Yeah, it's
though.
a fact.
It's a fact.
Since we were just talking about the Carter and the Ford administration,
People want to give
there
money
was-
to all these organizations like normal because there's a million of them.
Yeah.
Just know the history of it. That's all.
And the individual chapters do really good work, most of them.
Yeah, but it's
And
all
I'm
still the same.
And
Some
I'm
of
being
them.
nice about
Some
the
of
way
them.
the way I just described it. I'm being nice about it because there are some people that throw all kinds of other stuff into it.
You know, but I got to follow my Bible. You know, if they're not against us, they're for us. Talking about the normals.
I just question any grassroots organization who is against direct action or like getting people in the streets to like gather and
maybe
share
from
ideas.
the top all along, it's been a misdirection on certain things.
Maybe like you need a little bit more. You maybe everybody needs to connect. Like we're all connected, and then go. Occupy Weed Street is connected. And really just have like one big ass rally.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, Weed Street. They're pretty cool. Like they like to do all funky things on the
We should
street.
do something in Newark, because it's right
Newark,
there. Or
oh,
Jersey
yeah.
City,
Newark.
I
Yeah,
don't know if
Newark.
I
We
wanna
could
go to
rally
Newark.
people in Newark.
Newark's pretty dangerous.
What, Newark? It's not. It's.
Where I
All
go.
cities are dangerous.
Where I go.
It's true. All
Well, you
cities
should-
are
yeah,
dangerous.
so you should cut.
Well,
Cut-
you gotta
You're
go
in
where the
Trenton.
medicine's cheap,
Trenton's dangerous. Camden's dangerous.
All
Philly's
cities- all
dangerous.
cities
Did I tell you?
New York's dangerous.
I could have picked up a hooker last week. No, I didn't try. I was in my car.
We're doing the weed show today.
Okay, fine.
What does this have to do with weed, bro?
Because it was in front of the
he
joint.
wanted to. He just wants to.
Were
wants
you
to talk about
high
his
while this was
exploits.
happening?
Yes.
Did you have weed?
He just wants to talk about his exploits.
Did you offer her weed?
No.
What were you
No,
doing
I
with this
saw
girl?
her and like, I was putting my address into my GPS. And all I was trying to do was just do that and drive and get out of here.
In the
And
meantime, then you notice this voluptuous,
She wasn't voluptuous.
street-walking woman.
She
Go
looked
ahead.
like a crackhead.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie.
But in your mind, you noticed her. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I looked over, and she looked over at me, and she waved.
And you made eye contact.
She waved.
It was like love
I
at
waved
first
back.
sight.
I'm trying to be nice.
It was
you know?
love at first sight.
You
And
gave her
next
the
thing you
green
know,
light.
She followed my car for like four friggin' blocks.
No, you gave her the secret.
She
Let's go
was-
around the corner. Look.
She was
How
walking.
Give her that look.
She
Hell
walked
no.
Look, that's
that
what he
fast,
did.
Wait a minute.
or you were
Listen to the
creeping?
story. He did like this.
Yeah,
I
and
want
she was
nobody here
walking.
on East
Hell
Main
No way
Street to
she
spot
could
me.
follow you walking for 4 blocks.
walking.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you were creeping by at
No,
5
no,
miles
no,
an hour.
I got a
Yeah.
phone call.
So
and
he
I
drove
just-
around the corner and he parked.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got a phone call, and I just,
Oh, you conveniently parked around the corner
So you-
while
yeah.
engaging the
was-
prostitute.
While eye contacting with
Okay.
a prostitute, you're driving around the corner and receive a phone call. Okay. Go
was
ahead.
about-
Continue with the story, please.
4 blocks.
God.
4 blocks away. Hold on, I feel like a freaking okay.
You ever see
I
them-
do not wish
you-
to discuss the
you ever
events of
see-
my day.
You ever see them guys on Cops give
Am I
stories
being
like
detained?
Yeah,
Am I being
totally.
detained?
You, my
she-
friend, could have been
so
picked
she
up for
came back
solicitation.
I
But
could've.
go ahead.
Good thing I didn't have any freaking money out.
And they put your name in the paper too.
That's okay.
So proud.
I want to be like Weed Man. I want my name in the paper.
Not like that, man.
Oh yeah.
So
you're
what
right.
happened, Wayne? She came back around. You were pulled over.
Yeah, and she
Your
tapped on my window. I put,
pants were
rolled the
down.
window down.
And you rolled the window down.
She
Okay.
said, "Oh, she's like a good time," and I was like, "If it doesn't cost anything, sure." And then
That
she's
was the
like,
only deterrent. Looks, circumstances had nothing to play with it. Just
Bro.
suddenly want to
No.
have a good time.
This girl was thinner than thin. I would have killed this girl. She would have
And
had.
there
to,
we go.
Exactly. You know,
But
Day in
you
the life
didn't
of
say
Wayne.
no.
The day in the life
Thank
of
you.
Wayne.
No, she looked at
See?
me like you got like all mad. She started raising her hand like, I walked all these blocks. I walked all these blocks before.
Because you gave me the eye signal. Go ahead, finish what she was saying. You gave me the eye signal to pull around the corner. I
That wasn't
did.
no eye signal. What the hell are you talking?
You rolled the window down. That's the second signal.
No, my window doesn't even roll down. Oh, well, that's the other side.
Whoa.
Oh boy. That's
You
the
said
passenger side.
you rolled the window
On my
down.
passenger side, yes.
And
'Cause that's
and
the
You
side
should have
not
just not. That's if you want to disengage, you don't put the window down.
I just kept driving.
Old habits die hard. We understand.
Old
I don't know
habits
why
die
you
hard.
even brought this up.
He put that
You-
shit
you
down
know
real
you've
quick.
done that
It was
before.
like, hey.
You act like that was an anomaly.
Got any other stories,
Maybe I
Wayne?
got the word wrong, but you got it.
And what was the thing we were doing? And then what happened?
Nothing.
See, that story would have been totally different if I wasn't ad-libbing as he was going. Go ahead, say it all over again. We won't say anything.
How do you make that up? How do you make that up?
We're not saying you made it up.
But one person's... I bet you if we found her and brought her in here, she'd be like, yeah, I was walking down the street just minding my business.
And that big fat white boy made eye contact.
Yep, rolled his window down.
No. I did not roll my window down when she looked at me.
Made contact.
Exactly.
And then he drove all slow down the end of the block.
I made a
sat
friggin-
at the corner for 30 seconds
It was a
before he
damn
hit
red
his,
light.
Before he hit his blinker.
Oh, now there's a red light.
Yeah.
Okay.
I call bullshit.
So as I was continuing her story, as she walked down to the corner, when she got to the corner, she
got
looked to
to
the
that
right.
corner, and I just kept on
She
driving.
sees the gentleman sitting on the corner now. So she decides, that was it. That was his signal. And she walks over to communicate with you. And you immediately roll your window down.
Immediately.
Immediately. So, of course, now she walks
Well,
up
because
to
if
your
I don't
car.
roll my window down, then I'm a friggin' racist.
Oh, man. Come on. We're not even going to bring that one up.
But that's what I'm saying. I have to roll the window down. Otherwise, she'd be like, this cracker didn't roll the window down because I'm black.
She probably would have said that.
Hell yeah. I'm in Trenton,
You
man.
got a point there.
But if you're on a phone call,
The
you
day-
are supposed to be giving your
day in the life-
attention
the
to
day
who
in the
you're
life
on the
of Wayne.
phone
You're
with,
right.
not some random person trying to get in your car.
Yeah, you're on Wayne's World.
At least
I don't believe it was on a phone call at all.
Yeah. Wayne.
It's true. I was on a phone call.
See?
Wayne's World. You got it. Next week, we're going to have that segment of the Wayne's World.
I'll give you the story the same exact
We'll
way.
follow the story up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping she's out there this time.
She'll be out
Screw
there
it.
waiting for you.
The rest
This time
of
I'm
the
going
story.
to say, come on in, baby. Let's
What's
go.
his name? Art Rooney? Was it Art Rooney with the...
No,
who
this
was
guy's
it?
dead.
No, who was the guy that said...
The rest of the story. Come on, William Haney. Oh, he's got
The rest
out.
of the story. He used to be on 60 Minutes at the very end.
Harry. No, that's.
Oh, man.
Oh, Andy Rooney did that.
Andy-
he did a
no.
little bit.
It was called
he
The
did.
Rest of the Story. Okay, it was
Yeah,
Andy Rooney.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to have the rest of the story next week.
Part
You
2.
never know. I'll pick her up
I
this
happened
time.
to be riding down the street.
I'll
and I
find out
saw
what a
her,
good time
and he
is,
picked-
I guess.
Oh, he's going to pick her up.
Wayne's hot
We
date.
got to find her just to
Real
film
thin.
a date with you two.
She's real thin.
We got to find her now.
Yeah, let's do a dating show.
Let's go find her. Yo, let's do a dating show.
Yeah, let's
with,
do that
with
with
Wayne.
with the
If I see
crackhead.
this girl,
No,
Wayne and the crackhead.
You
No,
really
he
want to
has-
wish that on her?
He has to.
She
be,
has a hard enough
No,
life.
but, yo, he has to be Chris Christie. though.
No, I'm gonna give her the heads up.
What would Chris Christie do?
Like, to not go on this
We need a
date.
segment called "What Would Chris Christie Do?"
That's right. He would do
And
it.
just have you videotape it.
Yeah, let's do that.
let's do it.
That
Let's
would
do
be,
it.
yeah.
I'm
that'd be
growing
good.
hair.
What would Chris Christie do?
I'll dye. I'll have it dyed next week.
Have everybody call
About
in.
time.
No, we wanna do a video segment of him.
Go on, yeah, go on
We can do a
stage.
quickie little video segment.
You figure it out. I'll just come here.
I told you
dressed
last
up.
week you should go stand right in front of the Fort Lee Bridge. Ask Christie and be on the phone. And just,
Dude, they might
and
throw
just-
my fat ass off the
and
bridge.
and just go, what?
Sure you're
He
not
doesn't wanna
Christie.
support me? What? He doesn't want to support me? What? What?
I got some cones.
And then like eat a burger and walk off.
I think
put that-
Chris
idea.
Christie should, or you should play Chris Christie. William Haney should play Donald Trump. We'll get him a little toupee, right?
That is so on point.
And we'll have Christie crying to his publicist that Trump is getting all the attention. And then you could just be saying, like,
Donald.
who's doing all the raping, you know?
Not Chris Christie.
Stop before somebody steals our spoof.
I don't like
But see,
people who
no
have
one
been
else has
caught.
a real Chris Christie. We got a real Chris Christie.
It's women being raped. Well, who's doing the?
Do you just have that tab open on your computer all the time, Lefty? Because you always have it
Who's
right on
doing the
through.
raping? Who?
I can't believe this. He's the #1 presidential
He's not a
candidate.
hero.
He's like
Somebody's
#1 with the
doing the raping
Republicans.
done. I mean, you know, it's. I mean, somebody's doing the. You're saying it's women being raped. Well, who's doing the?
Who's doing the raping?
All right, enough.
Who? Don?
That's his tagline for his presidency.
Google famous
That
Trump,
pretty
Trump
much sums
quotes.
up the American election process, you know?
Who's doing
Right?
the raping?
Which one you choosing?
Google famous Trump quotes.
Democrats or
He
Republicans?
did a whole lot of crap
Oh.
talking back in the 80s, the late 80s, about the Central Park
Someone make
jogging
that a
case.
political cartoon, right?
Dude, he
And
said a
come to
lot of
find-
dumb shit.
Yeah, and then come to find out, it it was all crap, man. It was all crap. Them dudes actually got exonerated and everything later by DNA. But
Did you ever
anyway,
get the-
but
ever-
he's always made comments like that. He's a pompous ass.
He's always been running for
Were
president.
you here for the McCain conversation where he says he doesn't like people who've been caught?
He's a loser.
Yeah.
He's
He's a
I don't
loser.
like people who've
If
been
he was
caught.
a winner, he never would have got caught.
You know what?
He said that about John McCain.
There's some dudes love that. I'm telling you, man. Listen, he's not leading in the Republican polls for nothing.
Yes,
Now,
he is.
that's what I'm
Trump
saying.
is,
He's
yeah.
leading. That's what I'm saying. For nothing. He's saying things that they like.
Only winners get sprinkles.
Look,
It's gonna be a Trump Cruz
look.
ticket.
They'll
No.
cancel an election
Oh my
to make
God,
him
that's
the president if
horrific.
he says something like, "We'll send them all back." That's all he has to say.
Hold on. Is
Well,
he-
well, don't.
No, Cruz isn't a Mexican.
Well, he had a meeting with.
Cruz is
You
a
know, they've been
Canadian.
meeting.
Yo,
They
if he
really?
says
They've
we'll
been
send them
meeting
all
on the
back.
low?
Yep. Trump and Cruz have been meeting,
Yo,
and Cruz is,
The
you know,
Illuminati stuff.
This guy
if I was
serious?
Trump's publicist, I'd put him in a NASCAR and just let him ride a fucking car around the track in a circle for a little while.
I got a
With
good
the
idea,
Confederate
man.
flag,
With the
Deuce
Confederate
Hazard
flag
car.
on the car.
Yeah, on the car.
They will make him the president.
And he should wear a suit with every corporation that he, you know, represents.
Wow.
With like a Mexican hat.
And they would
A
yeah.
Mexican soccer hat, you know?
Yo, listen, Ross Perot almost caused problems.
I'm going to be the best president ever.
Listen.
Ross Perot.
But then at the end, but then he
Doofus.
did some stupid stuff at the end. He had the attention of the people, and then he was like,
Did he put that
bailed
army
out of
hat
the
on?
election.
He dropped out, yeah.
He dropped out,
Yeah.
said that somebody was going to kill him or kill this daughter or something, and then he comes back in the election like, all right, well, now here we go again. You know? Yo, he lost half the people there. That's where he
Yeah,
lost.
that's what hurt
and
him.
then he fell to buffoonery.
He was paid off. The whole thing
Trump
was a
starts off
scam.
as a buffoon with a whole lot of money, and he's not going to drop out. Watch what happens.
I mean, have
Yo,
you
this
ever
is-
watched the
this is
movie
greatest-
Idiocracy?
This is the greatest show ever.
It is. It's pretty funny.
This is
You
fun.
guys
I'm
have
loving
to
this.
watch Idiocracy because we have
Yes.
reached the Idiocracy.
Yes. Yo, somebody should get that guy to play the president in this show talking to Trump.
Oh my gosh.
He might make a good president. Imagine him dealing with other countries.
He just bomb him.
No China.
In Idiocracy, they turned the White House lawn
bomb 'em.
into a
I
monster
think
truck
Christie would just
rally.
Chris be like, shut up.
No.
You don't shut up, I'm going to send some F-16s at your ass.
Man.
Shut up. And I think Trump, though, would like...
Trump will go to Jerusalem and push a button.
Hold on,
with his
Jerusalem?
bankers standing behind him.
And say that they're gonna build like another Trump hotel or some shit.
Get a parking lot. Why not? That's a good idea.
Come on, man.
Anyway,
I'm not gonna get into.
I say even Israel, like the whole Mideast, the parking lot.
He's
I know
pretty terrible.
I know you. I've heard him say this before.
That's how you get peace. No one will be there. As long as people are there ain't ever gonna be peace there, man.
All right, we're gonna take another break, and we'll be back for the last segment in our show.
Fishing.
Weed Man has some wise words, and we have some shout-outs to give. So keep it locked here, fullybakedradio.com.
It's racist. I can't believe you're playing this in the temple.
I'm going to actually put a no Confederate flag sign on my window.
Do you have a Confederate flag we can burn? Can we burn a flag?
No, I'm not even going to do that.
Could you put a picture of the Confederate flag?
I'm not going to do a
This
Confederate
way
flag
people know what
burning
it
there.
is.
Because somebody's going to come by and throw a brick through the window or something.
Let's burn one. Let's burn one in the back.
Or I don't want to be the...
A flag burning?
No, I don't want to end up being I want to be Weed Man.
Can I show you
I want to turn into the Confederate flag man.
All right.
I want to show you like some black dude who just like wants to beat black people up that don't like the Confederate flag. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I've seen that guy. Oh, he's trying to get 15 minutes of fame as the buffoon.
I don't know. He kind of raises a good point.
Oh, jeez.
If you're wearing a cotton shirt, what's the difference?
Listen, you don't think...
I don't know. I think it's cotton.
You don't think in 1861 there was some slaves going, I don't know what they all fighting for. I'm so happy these people's taking care of me. What are they fighting for? I'm happy to be a slave. It was them guys then too.
Are you trying to do a... What are you trying to do there?
I don't know. I just threw something in there.
No, what it
was.
We did that.
You can always find some
This
fool
is like in
to-
living
to-
color. That's
You
racist.
can always find a fool that told the
No.
do the opposite.
That's not right.
Come on, man. I can find a fat guy that talks about how fat people should get like ran over.
All right, we're going to
Let's
take
look
a
for it.
commercial
All right,
break.
let's take a break,
We're
guys.
taking a break, and we will come back, all right, to this discussion.
That's racist.
All right.
That's fattest.
That's fattest. There we
That's
go.
fattest,
I
man.
knew. I was trying to poke you somehow. There we
Poke
go.
me.
I got you.
Super. Be right back on Fully Big Radio.
Not like a Facebook poke you.
That is gay.
I'll shut your mics off.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to Fully Baked Radio on fullybakedradio.com. I'm Vanessa Maria, holding it down here live from Trenton Liberty Bell Temple with Lefty Grimes, Wayne the Cannabis King Barini,
Zerb.
Ed, New Jersey Weed Man Fortune, and Sue DiGregorio Rosen from the American Cannabis Nurses Association. We want to thank our other special guest, Teresa Nightingale from Pittsburgh Normal and the Pittsburgh Normal Women's Alliance. Hey, Sue, tell people how they can find out more about your organization if they're a nurse or a medical professional wants to find out more.
Google it.
Do you not know the website? Are you guys on Facebook? Are you guys on
www.americancannabisnurses.org?
Okay, and you guys have a Facebook page or Twitter?
We don't have a we have a Facebook page, but it's not like, too easy to follow. They're better off going right onto the site. The site was just built and it's really nice and it's pretty, user friendly.
And they can join. They could be members.
They can be members. They could support the movement. And, I kind of know that there's a lot of nurses out there that are just kind of afraid to come forward and join just because, they don't want their mother to know or something. I don't know. But women are really into this. So I think that we're seeing so many women. It's amazing.
That's great. It's growing and the stigma is being reduced. More people are coming out of the cannabis closet, and I think that people are starting to see a lot of the media that's been put out there that shows cannabis in a more positive light. So get on the website, check it out, especially if you're a nurse in New Jersey, New York area.
And you can be an LPN too, okay? So I just want to clarify that.
All right, cool.
What else do you do?
Me?
You're an artist, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
That's what I want to talk about, real quick. Where can we find your art? You sell some stuff.
I sell it over Fine Art.
Well,
FineArt.com.
Okay, that's FineArt.com?
Okay, yeah. And then it's Susie Q website. And that's where you can find my art.
What kind of stuff do you do?
I do a lot of photography and paint.
Photography? What kind of stuff do you photograph?
I really like street photography. Like that's my fave. If I could do that like all the time, I'd be so happy.
And do you do it in New York, in the city?
Yes, of course.
How about women of the street?
How about where?
Women of the street.
Women of the street, yes.
They're around here.
Back to that again,
There he
huh,
goes
Wayne?
again.
You need a girlfriend, bro.
She's a photographer, I'm saying.
Wayne, I have done. Yeah, I've done pictures of them. Yeah, and they'll even pose for me. So it's you know it's all good. It is.
Sweet.
I just walk up, and say, "Can I take your picture?"
How long have you been photographing?
Since I was a little kid. My father was a photographer in the army, so like he had multiple talents. So we always had cameras.
And so you picked one up and you haven't stopped shooting.
No, I haven't.
What is it about street photography that you like so much?
Because
your whole face just lit up.
Because that's when you catch the aura of life and the person and the humor of it all. It's just a great thing to do. It's a fun thing to do, and people will stop and they'll like look at you and even they'll give you a pose and what have you. But it's fun. It's just fun, and you find things in a picture like that.
There's so much to see in New York and capture. So many moments.
She photographs it.
Yes,
she
I do.
photographed me the other day.
I know. I seen it on her site. I love it.
Yeah.
She's actually talented.
Yes, exactly.
She makes you look good. I mean,
she's talented for that, man.
We're gonna need a fully baked radio
I
group
like
picture.
How you did, like, the whole backdrop and everything. That's
She
pretty good.
adjusted colors and everything. It looked good. It looked very good.
Well,
You gotta check her
Sue,
stuff out.
I saved them. I saved them onto my phone when I saw them. I'm like, oh wow.
You can actually purchase them.
tell us
Yes.
one more time. Fineart.com. Susie Q Art. Is that what it's
Susie Q Art. Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
We'll post a link on our page. For
Yes.
our listeners.
Well, we
We'll
want
post
to thank you for being on our show, from coming all the way down from New York to visit us here in Trenton. And Ed, you have some wise words of the day.
Yeah, I guess I have a few words for Governor Christie. Why not be a good guy and let some? I'm reading this.
Yeah, they're not
I'm
even.
going to read this.
Use your own words, damn it.
No, but I'm not. I'm going to read this. Why not be a good guy? This is to Governor Christie. And let sweet little Jenny Barber get her education and medicine, Mr. Governor. Sign S3049N, or AKA A4589 ASAP. That's also the bill that will help Tuffy. Also, it's the same bill, the same publicity, it's the same pressure. I think Christie should get the pressure of having people calling him out on this bill. He should sign this bill.
This is to allow children who
Yes.
are registered patients
Yeah.
of the New Jersey Medical Cannabis Program to be able to access their medicine during school hours while at school.
Right. That's it. Peace.
Do the right thing. All right, we got some shout outs. Wayne, you want to do our shout outs?
Sure. Today we want to shout out Teresa Nightingale from Pittsburgh Normal, Suzanne DeGregoria Rosen from Alternative Healing, New Jersey Faces of Cannabis, Tuffy's Fight, Jax's Journey, East Coast Cannabis
Coalition.
East Coast Cannabis Coalition, SativaCross.com, NJWeedman.com, Coalition for Medical Marijuana in New Jersey, CMMNJ.org, Veterans for Cannabis, and Don Karp. Our hosts, Vanessa Maria, NJ Weedman, Lefty Grimes,
And Flip Marley.
and the Cannabis King. And a fully specially baked shout out to all of our listeners. Stay high, people. Stay high.
Be sure to catch this episode and all of our previous episodes on Fully Baked Radio at fullybakedradio.com. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Fully Baked Radio. And catch us next week. We'll be broadcasting live Mondays from the Liberty Bell Temple from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And Sativa Cross will also be podcasting live from the New Jersey State Capitol next Thursday, or this coming Thursday. All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Sweet.
Stay baked.
Yeah.